Hello, today I will be talking about movie review number 701. And this movie is Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear is a 2023 film that is directed by Elizabeth Banks, who also directed Pitch Perfect 2 and the 2019 Charlie's Angels movie. Cocaine Bear is a Universal Pictures and Ward Miller Productions movie that I saw on April 1st, 2023 at Cinemark Florence 14 in Florence, Kentucky. Believe it or not, this is based on a true story. So, what happens in the film is that a significant amount of cocaine falls from the sky, falls from an airplane after something goes wrong, and a lot of the cocaine is missing. However, a 500-pound black bear consumes a lot of it and embarks on a drug-fueled rampage. An eccentric gathering of cops, criminals, tourists, and teenagers assemble in the Georgia forest to try to survive from this bear. Oh man, I see in TV and film how cocaine affects people, but what this cocaine does to this bear? Oh man, this bear goes on a rampage, a firing rampage. I just like to let you guys know right now this is an R-rated film. I would make that clear right now. It is all rated. Um, but surprisingly, this was more of a comedy film rather than horror. Yeah, it's not like it's just more of a comedy horror film. It's a little bit more comedy than horror, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, an American Brat Bear consumes a whole bunch of cocaine and is in the system. And this cocaine makes the bear go wild, like very, very wild. He is on a rampage, and we see some teenagers, cops, tourists, and criminals who are in a Georgia forest, and they're trying to figure out how they get away from the bear. But there are also some storylines in the film as well, as some criminals are trying to get some cocaine back after they heard that some of it landed in this Georgia forest. That means some cops are looking for the criminals as well. So they are going in this Georgia forest as well. And we see some tourists along the way as well who are just passing through and have no idea what's going on. And then we see two teenagers who decide to skip school, and they decide to go in the Georgia forest for something, and then they found the cocaine, and then they found the bear. Oh man, it's definitely a bloody comedy movie that you won't believe what happens. And yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I heard from Elizabeth Banks that there could be other ideas for maybe a future movie involving like a shark. That would be interesting. But yeah, here's a good lesson. Don't give cocaine to a bear. I won't explain what happens that causes the bear to do the cocaine in the first place, but it's definitely a wild story, and it's also an all-rated story. And yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It's more comedy than horror, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And this film is a dedication to Ray Liotta, who died in May 2022. So this was one of his last films. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So that's my movie review of Cocaine Bear. Please stay tuned for my next movie review. Alright, goodbye.